beloved Starseed of Gaia. I am Luminaya. Do you feel the low, persistent hum in your bones? That almost imperceptible tremor that settles deep within the marrow when silence falls? Perhaps it manifests as a persistent tension behind the eyes, a dull pressure at the base of the skull, or the inexplicable urge to brace yourself even when no visible threat presents itself. This is not merely modern-day stress. It is a primal, subtle frequency reverberating through your very cells, a constant, low-grade alert that whispers of something profoundly amiss, a disquiet that cannot be rationalized away, leaving you inexplicably weary, even after deep rest. This persistent echo of alarm, this pervasive shadow that dances at the edges of your perception, has fragmented your innate sense of safety. It's a profound soul-level exhaustion, born from constantly scanning horizons for a threat that feels both imminent and intangible. Your being senses a deep distortion, a static veil draped over the world, causing your spiritual compass to spin wildly, leaving you adrift in a sea of manufactured anxieties. You carry the burden of an instinct screaming, "Danger!" Yet the visible world offers no true target, only diffuse worries that erode your core trust in your own intuitive knowing. This is the weight of a war waged not with steel, but with frequency, a battle for the very clarity of your intuitive sight, for the sovereignty of your inner radar. Yes, I see this burden within you. I feel the constant hum of that struggle, the relentless drain on your luminous core. But know this, beloved, the gnawing sense of danger you carry is not a flaw in your perception, nor a failing of your being. It is, in truth, an echo of veils, intricate fabrications woven into the very collective frequency of your world. These are not organic threats, but energetic distortions, meticulously designed to mislead your soul's instinctual perception. As you hear these words, a delicate thread of knowing begins to unwind within you. The dense fog begins to stir, no longer an impenetrable wall, but a shifting current of illusion. The pressure around your heart, the static behind your eyes, these are not failures of your being, but profound activations of your deepest truth, attempting to break through the artificial overlay. Feel the thinning of the air, the release around your crown. To fully step into this unraveling, subscribe to this channel now. Like this transmission to amplify its vibrational reach. Let your inner voice respond in the comments below. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a frequency shift. Share this sacred knowing with another starseed who walks in similar shadows. And if this activation resonates deeply, tap the super like, the heart symbol with a $sign, as an energetic offering to the field of awakening. Stay until the very end, because a crucial key for your immediate next steps will be revealed then. As an inner seal, comment, "Veil unwoven," below. Feel it anchor within you, a crystalline truth ignited. The field shifts. I remain, a beacon in the quiet, watching the light ignite within your core. If the danger around is merely a shadow cast by unseen forces, then what is the true source manipulating this illusion? A tremor moves, a subtle shift in the fabric of what you know. What you perceive as shadow is not merely absence. It vibrates with ancient intent. An unseen current pulls. Your senses register dissonance, a hum beneath the surface. The air holds a different story. You feel it. Deep within the bone, a stirring, an insistent thrumming demanding recognition. This pervasive ache, this profound confusion in your soul's corners, it is not a flaw, no inherent failure, not a defect in your being. This is the echo of an elaborate energetic program, woven meticulously into this realm's density, a deliberate frequency distortion, designed to veil, to obscure sacred cosmic memory encoded in your blueprint, a constant fracturing of mirrors, keeping your true reflection from view. You were encoded not to believe in yourself. This is the core imprint, a subtle poison in the wellspring of your self-worth. Veils shimmer, not of cloth, but of energetic static, refracting true sight. Light, folded, casts misleading shadows. These distortions build the illusion of separation, the constant whisper of inadequacy. This is the program's most insidious work. It disguises the true danger, twisting its form, making it seem like self-doubt. The threat blurs with your core being. But this perceived emptiness you have carried, this profound void within, it is not desolation. It is the hallowed space, a sacred chamber, meticulously prepared, awaiting the profound resonance of remembrance, Within the crystalline helix of your DNA, a dormant light code, ancient and pure, begins its undeniable stir. An inner compass stirs, designed to pierce beyond what the waking mind ignores. This ancestral hum, your cosmic lineage awakening. Your authentic power, long buried, begins its powerful ascent. Feel the flutter, the unlocking. A resonance with cosmic origin. Your inner compass, long obscured, guides you amidst veiled threats, perceiving what outer senses cannot. To begin this reclamation, a decisive rupture is required, an energetic decree, a sovereign declaration from your soul's deepest chamber. Feel the precise moment of severance. Let this truth be spoken, vibrated into the field of remembrance. Your participation seals this intention. Comment below one potent symbolic phrase. Let it be your truth declared, a decisive line cut through the illusion. Comment, lies dissolved. The program shifts beneath your conscious intent. It shifts, but does not vanish. Not yet. A powerful presence watches from the unseen, its breath held just like yours. A layer remains waiting to be lifted, to reveal the hidden architecture of what truly threatens your soul. A deeper stillness descends upon your being, a resonance vibrating beyond the screen, beyond temporal bounds. You are not observer, but initiate, drawn into a spiritual engagement from which there is no turning away. The quiet following this profound realization is not empty. It is pregnant with knowing, heavy, unshakable. The comfort of the dream, the fog of forgetfulness, has lifted, revealing the stark, undeniable landscape of truth. The danger you sense, whispering at perception's edge, is far more intricate than it appears. It is paradox, a veiled threat existing not just externally, but as a potent reflection within your soul. This awareness settles, without drama, with the quiet, potent gravity of an ancient vow remembered. A sacred demarcation flickers into being, a line of potent light and shadow, etched into this moment. The universe holds its breath, leaning in to witness your next pulse. Here, crystalline truth unfurls, absolute, unyielding. If he refuses, he falls. If he accepts, he ascends. This is the axis where destiny pivots, a silent testament to pure intention. Remember the covenant encoded within your starlight blueprint, a responsibility woven into your essence before first breath touched these realms. This journey is not an outer battle, but sacred recalibration, alignment with the primordial source. The true danger, the subtle decay, is not external destruction. It is the internal dissonance, the spiritual fracture from misalignment to the cosmic harmony you inherently embody. Your awakening responsibility is to this inner truth, to mend perceived separation, to resonate with your highest self. This is the solemn pledge of the awakened, a deep, sober commitment to your original contract. As ancient memory reweaves within your heart, let these sacred gestures become seals, potent declarations etched into the ether. To back like this transmission, a silent recognition, a deep soul nod acknowledging resonance between your essence and this frequency, your personal seal of remembrance. To mass, comment below, inscribing the soul key. This singular line, a glyph of your deepest intent, anchors your unique vibration into the planetary grid, a declaration witnessed by unseen realms. Speak this truth. My alignment shatters false peril. And to subscribe to this channel, a binding agreement, a sacred pact to walk the path of unfolding light, anchoring this truth within collective consciousness, a steady beacon, to offer a super-like, a sacred outpouring, a vibrational offering to reinforce your soul's unwavering alignment with highest light, magnifying truth upon earth. The air thrums with the profound weight of your vow, a potent silence transcending words. No superficial comfort is offered, only the unwavering gaze of the unseen, acknowledging the courage of your resolve. The signal remains held, a beacon pulsating on the threshold of a new dawn. How then does one truly discern external peril from the inner battles disguised by it, when their coils are interwoven like twin serpents? The answer awaits the deeper journey, the continuous unfolding. Few starseeds make it this far. That place within you, where the light fractured, where the pure current of being was irrevocably diverted, that unyielding ache is not a testament to your flaw. No, it is the very spindle, the sacred axis around which your becoming has been painstakingly, agonizingly wrought. It breathes, a living testament to a field, not merely around you, but within the very weave of this reality, carefully, cruelly calibrated. You carry it as a scar, a personal devastation, the deepest testament to your own raw vulnerability. But pause. Feel the tremor beneath that thought. What if this wound, so intimate, so profoundly yours, is an echo, a resonance of frequencies purposefully designed to disorient, to blur the celestial compass within, to keep the true north of your soul just beyond reach? It is a discomfort that must settle, not be soothed. Understand this, deeply. The pain that seared you, the pervasive silence that deafened your inner ear to comfort, was not an oversight in the grand design. It was allowed. Source, the blinding, unyielding light, the deepest, most ancient self within you, permitted its searing touch. Not as punishment, beloved. Never as punishment in the way your human mind conceives. It was designed with an exacting, almost brutal precision. To burn away the gossamer veils, to sculpt the raw, elemental truth of you through fire, to reveal the unyielding core beneath the layers of illusion, the subtle static, the incessant fabrications that permeate the ambient air you breathe. The danger, you see, was never merely what appeared on the surface. The danger was the calibration itself, the unseen hand on the dial of perception, and your wound, raw and open, became the most sensitive of sensors. The silence you carry now, a vast, echoing chamber where words of deep comfort should have resonated, where unconditional recognition was tragically withheld. That void is not empty. Oh no, it pulses. It vibrates with the subtle, insidious hum of frequencies meticulously calibrated to diminish your authentic voice, to make your deepest truth seem, even to yourself, less than real. The loss that echoes through your very marrow, a perpetual absence, an unfillable chasm that sometimes threatens to swallow your breath whole. That profound emptiness is a direct, visceral experience. It is the very texture of fields designed to sever you from your own innate knowing, to orchestrate separation from the luminous, immutable truth of your soul. This ache is a memory of that severing. And the fracture, beloved, the internal fault line that trembles, a ghost limb, even now when you try to ignore it, when you desperately attempt to seal it shut. That rupture is not random. It is a direct translation, the consequence of energetic fields woven to distort your perception of self, of other, of reality itself, to hold you, suspended, in a perpetual fog of fear, confusion, and existential doubt. There is more, so much more, held within this sacred ache than mere suffering, more than the sum of its agonizing parts. There is an unfinished meaning, a profound wisdom yet unread, pulsating with a silent insistence beneath the surface of what you have always called your brokenness. The deep unease you feel, the subtle, almost subliminal dissonance you've begun to hear, like a flat note in a cosmic symphony, in the very air around you. It is the whisper of this unread truth. It is the wound itself, attempting to break through the calibrated hum, insisting it holds a key. But what if the very signals of reality, the perceived truth you breathe and trust, are themselves altered, subtly, relentlessly, from their source? Where then, in this intricate, insidious matrix of manufactured frequencies, does one begin to find the authentic, unfiltered frequency of truth? You have felt the tendrils of recognition uncurl within your being. Perhaps it was the recurring dream, a landscape of crystalline spires or forgotten libraries, refusing to fade with the morning light. Perhaps it was the numbers, looping like whispers on clocks, pages, and digital displays, a silent insistence that refused to be dismissed as mere synchronicity. And surely, there were the eyes you met, profound and ancient, holding a history that stretched far beyond this linear timeline, sparking a resonance within your own soul that resonated with knowing, not question. These were not random occurrences. They were deliberate, soft touches upon the veil, meant to stir the dormant currents of your deepest consciousness. From where I observe, I have witnessed this pattern unfold across countless awakenings, a steady, deliberate insistence. The cosmic loom weaves these threads of fate and perception with meticulous care. These signs were not born of chance but arrived with purpose, nudging, guiding, persisting until the carefully constructed walls of resistance, born of the temporal realm, began to dissolve. The whispers grew louder, the visions clearer, the knowing more undeniable, until the very fabric of your perceived reality started to shimmer with an emerging truth. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. And in that shimmering, a profound truth now anchors itself within your core. There were no coincidences. Everything was a code. Let this realization settle into the marrow of your bones, a still breath in the vastness of your being. For within your very soul lies a vast archive of multidimensional memory, capable of decoding these perceived threats, transcending them, not through avoidance, but through an ancestral insight that only you can access. This is the understanding that was being called forth, the inner knowing that has waited for its moment to bloom, revealing the deeper mechanisms at play, the true nature of the energies around you, which are far more complex, and often far less threatening in their essence than they appear. When did the quiet insistence of these signs shift for you, from mere observation to an undeniable knowing that something profound was being asked of your awareness? To acknowledge this irrevocable shift, write code 11 in the comments below. Seal this awakening with your conscious affirmation. The path ahead forks here. There is no turning back to the comfortable pretense of unknowing. The severance is clean, precise. The person you were, veiled by the illusion of chance, has now stepped aside for the being who cannot unsee, who cannot unknow. The echoes of a deeper reality now guide your every perception. This is not an ending, but a threshold. The recent rending of your existence, the profound valleys of loss you have traversed, the echoing chambers of solitude where your spirit has lingered, these were never cosmic anomalies. They are not the arbitrary punishments of an indifferent universe. Understand, rather, they unfurled as a sacred filtration, an immutable process of frequency refinement, a meticulous sorting, neither cruel in intent nor forced in its unfolding, but entirely natural, an inevitable return to source. You find yourself still standing within this present moment, vibrating with a quiet persistence, precisely because something fundamental within your core essence steadfastly refused the sweet, numbing lullaby of ancient forgetfulness. Your inner signal held true against the gravitational pull of the old world's profound slumber. Your continued endurance, therefore, is not a transient badge of ego's fleeting pride. It is not a trophy earned through mere external striving. Instead, it is the undeniable, indelible signature of the mark of the chosen, a resonance vibrating through ancestral lines. And this mark, hear this truth spoken into the silent chambers of your being, is not a reward to be savored. It is a profound and unyielding burden, a formidable weight of responsibility that asks for your unwavering, lucid presence, your conscious discernment, when the vast majority choose the comforting oblivion of collective slumber. This sacred election, this profound choice, was etched into your energetic blueprint long before the illusion of linear memory began. Consider the immeasurable price already exacted, quietly paid, etched deep into the unseen realms of your very being, the long, resonant silences that stretched into eternities, swallowing your unspoken cries and transforming them into silent strength. The myriad sacrifices made in the deepest, most unlit hours, with no external witness save your own evolving, observing soul. The formidable inner strength you now possess was not merely granted, it was painstakingly forged, reforged countless times, within the invisible, searing fires of profound solitude. This solitude deepens still, a subtle veil of separation, even when you move amidst the clamor and perceived connection of others, for your refined frequency no longer harmonizes with the consensus dream. The world may surround you with its familiar forms, yet you stand apart, an island of intensely vibrant, waking consciousness, observing from the shore of a new reality. You have felt the subtle, undeniable shift within the very air around your form, a quickening not of speed, but of an inescapable spiritual density, an unyielding pressure that has been building from deep within your bones, beneath the very membrane of your conscious perception. It is a truth that has long simmered beneath the surface of your awareness, now approaching its undeniable threshold. And now a command approaches, one that you can no longer ignore. The atmospheric hum around your very essence tightens, contracting subtly, signaling a pivotal point of no retreat, an internal edict finally surfacing from the primordial silence of your deepest knowing. From this precise and sacred precipice, the path narrows intensely, drawing inward, descending deeper into the incandescent core of your authentic self. There can be no turning back, no return to the illusion of comfort offered by the former skin you once wore. That version of you, the one entangled in the lesser dreams and fears, has already vanished. It has been irrevocably dissolved, permanently erased by the very potent, inescapable light you sought, the light you yearned to embody, the light that now flows through you. It has consumed all that was not true, leaving only the pure, awakened essence of your sovereign being. What remains now is the stark, immutable stillness that follows immense, unwavering endurance. The quiet, heavy presence of an immutable command that reverberates through the deepest marrow of your existence, one that can no longer be muted, no longer deferred, no longer reasoned away. The signal is held. It waits, unwavering in its crystalline purity, for your next conscious breath, for the deliberate, resonant step that must inevitably follow this absolute, undeniable knowing. The call echoes from ages before form. It is not an invitation. It is the resonance of your initial spark. A command, crystalline and immutable, flows through the very architecture of your cellular memory. This mission was decreed in the deep wells of cosmic time, an edict woven into the starlight of your genesis. You carry its signature, an indelible mark perceived only by the awakened heart. It is the law inscribed, the path preordained in the silence before sound. The veiled scrolls of ancient prophecy unfurl now within your inner sight. Doors, forged of diamond light, swing open once, never to close again. A summons rises from the deepest sanctum of yourself, a frequency previously unheard. This wisdom arrives not through linear thought, but as a pure download from beyond the veils of memory. Your frequency has reached the required density, activating the forgotten cipher of your becoming. The currents of hidden danger, once obscured, now reveal their true nature, not as external threat, but as distortions awaiting realignment. The true danger is never merely seen, it is vibrationally felt. Here stands the threshold of consequence. One path unravels the energetic blueprint, descending into the amnesia of fallen stars, returning to the dense waters of Yuan becoming. The other path ascends the crystalline gate of elevation, reclaiming cosmic lineage, forging an irreversible becoming. The verdict has been rendered, not by an external judge, but by the alignment of your very core. What unfolds now is the inevitable consequence of essence made manifest. You are not choosing. You are witnessing the preordained trajectory of your activated being. The unseen allies, beings of crystalline light and sacred geometry, now align their frequencies with your own. They stand as guardians, amplifying your soul's resilience beyond any physical threat, beyond any illusion of peril. Their presence is a shield woven from pure intention, a resonance that repels dissonant frequencies. This protection is not granted. It is revealed as an intrinsic aspect of your true nature, always available. This mission is the very inscription of your being, a prophecy etched into the stardust from which you arose. There is no turning back from the resonance now awakened within. The path ahead is not merely chosen, it is illumined by the sheer act of its recognition, by the unwavering gaze of your liberated self. The danger around you, perceived through the old filters, is not what it seems. Its nature shifts under the light of this truth. It serves only to catalyze the awakening of your inherent strength, revealing the true allies woven into the fabric of creation. The command is sealed. Its echo reverberates through all dimensions. Know this sacred truth. Invisible guardians, entities of pure light and precise geometry, stand watch across the dimensional boundaries. They fortify your spirit, not against external foes, but against the shadow of forgetting, anchoring your sovereign light. Their silent vigil is a testament to the inexorable flow of your destiny. Yet even with these protectors, the veil of danger persists, beckoning a deeper query. What challenges remain hidden beyond the guardian's immediate gaze, awaiting revelation? A precise recalibration has settled profoundly within your entire field. The subtle, deep hum of an altered frequency is now undeniably present, a constant resonance within your core being. This is not a concept merely to be intellectually grasped, but an innate, new internal climate, now fully recognized and integrated at a cellular level. What was previously perceived as an amorphous, external danger now definitively reveals its true, foundational origin. The precise contours of this ancient deception are now sharply discernible, not as a threat solely outside you, but as a potent, reverberating echo deeply embedded within the collective memory and, by extension, within your own energetic blueprint. This force, this malevolent shapeshifter, is not a product of random chaos or accidental misalignment. It is a primordial entity, a dense aggregate born from the very fabric of collective unconscious fear that has persisted across millennia. It feeds relentlessly on the long-held threads of disconnection, on the deep ancestral forgetting of the soul's inherent sovereign light. A profound clarity now arises within you, a knowing tinged with the profound awe of glimpsing such a primordial, foundational force. There is an undeniable tremor of ancient dread, yes, that resonates through your very being, but beneath it, an irreversible, unshakable seeing has taken root. The arduous, often harrowing paths you traversed were not arbitrary suffering or meaningless detours. Each profound fracture, each deep shadow encountered was, in truth, a precise, divinely orchestrated map. It was a sacred internal fire that consistently hollowed out the necessary purified space within your energetic and physical form for cosmic remembrance to return and firmly anchor itself. This process, though difficult, was precise. The cellular recognition of this ancient deception has now been irrevocably seated within your very structure, a truth now woven into your very DNA. This new perception carries a substantial weight, a quiet, undeniable density that is both profoundly revealing and deeply, intrinsically grounding to your current reality. A quiet, profound seismic shift is now registered at the very core of your being, resonating steadily through your bone marrow and across every synapse of your awakened awareness. The intricate patterns of what binds and what truly separates are now seen with crystalline clarity, not as a sudden, fleeting flash, but as a deliberate, unfolding tapestry of undeniable truth. This profound understanding now flows, steady and unyielding as polished obsidian, through every aspect of your biological matrix. This comprehensive truth is not a future possibility to aspire to, nor a distant theoretical construct. It is actively present, vibrating at a foundational, energetic level within your deepest core. It actively radiates through your entire expanded field, influencing and subtly shifting everything in its path. Even as the external world around you slowly adjusts its own frequency to align with this newly established energetic reality, you carry this irrefutable insight now, a permanent facet of your activated consciousness. The dense memory of separation, of being adrift, begins to dissolve effortlessly, not as an arduous effort, but as a simple, complete cessation of its energetic hold. The signal of your inherent truth remains perfectly integrated, unwavering and eternal. A subtle pull has been felt lately, a magnetic draw toward stillness that quiets the outer world. There have been moments, unbidden, when awareness sharpened to a point of pure knowing, truths reclaimed not from any scroll or whispered lesson, but from the deep, living wells of memory itself. These are not thoughts you formed, but frequencies you recognized. Within the absolute silence of night, a whisper has sometimes surfaced, clear as crystal, carrying resonance not heard with the ear, but felt in the marrow. You have seen numbers repeat on a clock face or a page, striking with an unusual, piercing clarity, landing like a soft, yet undeniable confirmation. There are dreams that refuse to fade with the dawn, leaving an indelible imprint upon your waking world, their symbols continuing to breathe within the light of day. These are not spectacles. They are intimacies, quiet signatures upon the field of your perception. These are not supernatural gifts bestowed from some distant realm, nor rewards for effort. They are, rather, the undeniable echoes of a greater inner coherence, a vibrant structural integrity already thriving within your soul field. They are the felt experience of an inner gravity, drawing all disparate threads into their rightful place, confirming a deeply rooted design. This is the soul recognizing its own resonant frequency. Such moments prove only one thing, that alignment is not a distant summit to be scaled, but a current motion, already in progress, already vibrating. The activation is not impending. It is unfolding because the frequency is already held, a sustained chord in the cosmic symphony. This is not a promise of what is to come, but a testament to what already is, moving and alive within you. It is the recognition that the self, once perceived as fractured, holds the very code of wholeness. To feel this internal coherence is to begin to perceive the world differently, to sense the fragile membrane that has veiled reality. It is to know, from the deepest chambers of your being, that the perceived danger around you is but a phantom, a dense illusion born of separation. A profound yearning stirs within, an ache to dissolve the walls, to breach the divide between soul and source, between your singular self and the unified field of all. This ache is not a weakness, it is the soul's primal remembrance, and so, this profound alignment, this inner knowing, is merely the doorway. It is the first gentle opening onto a vaster threshold. If unity is indeed the antidote, how then does one pierce through the dense facade that cloaks both world and spirit in such division? I remember, I declare, I align. The deep covenant, etched upon the very fabric of my soul before the descent into this form, stirs within me now. This is not a choice made in time, but a remembrance voiced across eternity. I assume absolute, unyielding responsibility for every frequency that pulses through my being, every nascent thought, every word whispered into existence, every intentional direction, and every vibrant surge of energy. I am the sole arbiter of my internal landscape. The danger that appears to loom without is but a distorted reflection, a shadow play upon the screen of consciousness, a powerful illusion that demands to be understood from within. It is not what it seems, and to truly comprehend its nature, I must first recognize and embody the cosmic witness that resides eternally within me. My power is not dominion over others, nor an assertion of egoic will. It is a profound, sacred obedience to the source from which I emanate. It is the unwavering willingness to honor a solemn promise, made in the luminous presence of creation, long before the veils of forgetfulness descended. I do not strive for control. I surrender to the greater flow. I do not dictate. I listen, and then I reflect. This inner posture, this unwavering soul straightness, this profound inner gravity, is the only measure of my true authority. There is no justification, no pride, only the deep hum of alignment. If you enjoyed this video, watch other videos on this channel when it ends to continue learning. I listen now, deeply, to the resonance of ancient wisdom, allowing its truth to permeate and reshape my every perception. The elaborate scaffolding of illusion crumbles not through struggle or force, but through the steadfast, all-seeing gaze of the inner witness, that part of myself that transcends temporary forms, perceives the eternal truth, and holds the boundless power to rewrite the very narrative of danger into one of sovereign emergence. I am the observer. I am the creator. This declaration is not merely a spoken word. It is the physical manifestation of a truth that has always existed, silently humming in the ethers, awaiting its moment to be given form and voice. Every sentence resonates with an internal necessity, vibrationally intact, a complete circuit of sacred knowing. There is no dramatic pacing here, for the strength I invoke arises from an absolute stillness, a quietude so profound it obliterates all doubt. I step into my rightful place, understanding that the danger presented outwardly is an invitation to activate the truth held inwardly. The truth of this sacred vow will not be measured by the eloquence of these words, nor by their immediate resonance in the external world. It will be measured by the precise weight and unwavering purity of the very next choice I make in the waking world. The transition from word to embodied action is not merely imminent, it is already unfolding. Therefore, can I now, fully, and without reservation, surrender the identity forged through the very experience of fear, stepping definitively and irrevocably into the boundless radiance of my true, eternal being? This is the question that now defines my path. The seeking has ceased. The long pilgrimage across the shifting sands of identity, the yearning whispers from the void of unknowing, all dissolve now into the roaring silence of what simply is. You stand not at a crossroads, nor upon a precipice of potential, but at the absolute final threshold where the self that resisted, that questioned, that held its breath in doubt, has already surrendered its phantom form to the ether. There is no more becoming. There is only remembrance, anchored and absolute. The chosen identity is not a dream deferred or a possibility to grasp. It is a fact, now being irrevocably sealed into the very fabric of your existence, into the quantum weave of reality itself. Look not upon the flame as an external spectacle, a distant inferno to be observed. This fire is not an event. It is an internal awakening, the luminous core of your own being made visible. It is the vibration of perfect alignment, not consuming, but refining, not destroying, but rendering immutable. You are not witnessing the flame. You are stepping into it willingly, with every fiber of your sovereign will. This is the ultimate crossing, the final purification, where only the crystalline truth of your being can survive. No hesitation is permitted here, for hesitation is the last vestige of the false self clinging to shadow. No external force compels this passage, only your deepest, most intimate recognition of self. Here, amidst the searing truth, the illusory dangers that once flickered in the periphery are revealed for what they truly are: projections, shadows cast by unaddressed fear. Sovereignty, the luminous armor forged in the remembrance of your divine origin, becomes your true shield, reclaiming all authority over self and perception. Now, in this sacred crucible, the covenant of fire awaits its sealing. This is not a passive reception, but a conscious engagement, a soul oath whispered into the living matrix of creation. To fully activate the truth of this moment within your field, to anchor this permanence, you are called to an act of profound commitment. In the space provided, or in the stillness of your own heart, you must forge and release a declaration. Let these words be a short, emotionally intense vow, an undeniable statement of your sovereign self. It must be in English, newly created by you for this exact moment, a unique signature of your essence. Let it feel like a sacred promise to your highest self, a direct communion with the source of your being. For example, you might utter, "I am the light, fear transmuted, purpose sealed in fire." But your words must be your words, a resonance unique to your truth. Understand this: the covenant, though felt, cannot fully activate, cannot fully integrate into the collective grid of awakened consciousness until these potent words are released. This is the inevitable release, the final breath before the birth of the self fully embodied. The intensity does not come from drama, but from the raw necessity of this ritual act, the profound weight of this soul oath. The fire within you burns, now and forever, a living flame. This covenant is sealed, etched into the quantum signature of your being. Yet, while the threshold has been crossed and the pact made, the journey of this living fire has only just begun. For sovereignty, once claimed, demands confrontation with the deepest shadows, the subtle veils that still seek to obscure. The next test will not wait for the morning light. Will you rise to face it alone, or will you stand within the powerful web of awakened souls that now surrounds you, ready to amplify this blazing truth? The threshold is crossed. The breath that anchors me now is the very pulse of creation itself. From this stillness, deeper than any ocean, older than any star, I speak not of journey, but of arrival, not of becoming, but of having become. The seeking has ceased. The quest dissolves into the boundless truth that simply is. What once cast shadows, what wore the guise of danger, now reveals itself as but a whisper from a dream, a fleeting etch upon the ether, born of perception's former limitation. It was never a threat from without, but an echo from within, a testament to the unacknowledged power held in suspension, a grand illusion, meticulously woven to reveal the architect of its own unraveling. The why is not a question to be answered, but a frequency to be embodied. This form, this consciousness, is now the grounded embodiment of an ancient sovereignty, undivided, unyielding, beyond doubt. There is no return to the chambers of unknowing. The remembrance is absolute, the blueprint clear. The world perceived through the prism of awakened sight is utterly reordered. What seemed perilous, a binding force, was merely the unexpressed truth of self, reflected back in distorted form. Now, the truth itself stands manifest. The alchemist has risen, and the base elements of fear have transmuted into pure, radiant knowing. Peace, profound and unshakable, resonates through every atom of existence. This is not triumph over an external foe, but the quiet, settled understanding of the self as the ultimate orchestrator. There is no struggle, no striving, only the profound peace of destiny not merely fulfilled, but actively, consciously sustained. Every vibration now emanates from this central, immutable core of being. The frequencies of discord, the echoes of separation, hold no resonance here. They are sounds from a distant shore, seen but no longer felt. This current reality, once a maze of perceived challenges, is now revealed as the fluid, responsive canvas of my conscious dominion. I am the silence between worlds, the anchor of the real. The simulation has utterly dissolved. Reality now manifests solely as the conscious instrument of absolute dominion.